Well, hello everyone. Today I'm sitting here with Joanne Mills. How are you, Joanne?
Oh, wonderful, Hector. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, my pleasure. Glad to have you here. Joanne, the reason for this interview here is I want you to share your story. Obviously, you've been with Exit for quite a few years, and I want you to share your story, what Residual has done for you. But let me just first ask you before anything else. Um, can you tell the audience what type of work did you do before you joined real estate?
Oh, that's a great question. I actually did quite a few things before I joined real estate. They always had a component to them. I was always very much involved with people, creativity, sales. So I did quite a few things from a commercial artist to I had a family deli. But right before I joined real estate, I was a floral designer.
A floral designer.
Yeah, I was a floral designer when I got my license. And the reason I decided to look for something else was at the time I had just gotten married and I was looking to have a family and I wanted flexibility. So my sister-in-law said, do this, you won't affect someone else's income, so their boss's income, and I can have my own time. So I really got into real estate because of family.
Got it. Interesting. Now, before you joined Exit, you were with another company. What company was that again?
Yeah, well, I started independence like most people do. I didn't do like most agents. They don't. At least I didn't. I didn't interview. I didn't do anything like that. My sister-in-law worked for a company. She said, "Come work here." Turned out to be one of the best. That broker today is still one of my closest friends, and I love her to death. She gave me the love of real estate. But I, fell in love with real estate. I really brought all of my talents. Real estate became. It was like the business that I was looking for. It was the tool that I can achieve my dreams with. So I quickly kind of moved on from an independent broker to try to look for better, more training, more understanding of real estate. Of course, I became a top producer pretty quickly. And so I ended up at RE/MAX, like a lot of agents did back then. I got in the business in 2000. In 2004, I was with RE/MAX, getting that 95.5, paying a desk fee, but it made more sense.
Right.
And I, but I had a challenge with that. I'm not all about the commission. I'm more about people. So the one thing I didn't like about being in that company was I couldn't bring other agents with me. Wherever I went, people followed me. And the high desk fee, even though it made more sense than paying 50-50 splits and all this other stuff, I really couldn't bring along and play with other people. So I started looking in 2007. I started looking, which was right around the crash of the market too. And it was nothing to do with that. It really had to do with, I wanted to find my forever home. It was really what I wanted to do. And I started looking for a company that I could be a part of, but it was a big company, had a big, a big kind of company, but I was an important part of it. Right. That I wouldn't be just a number. I wouldn't just be a desk or a fee, that I was something important and that I could really sink my roots down into. So in 2007, you invited me, who didn't even know who I was at the time, to hear Steve Morris speak, who was of course, our founder and owner, speak here on Long Island, and I didn't look back. From that moment on, I joined Exit as an agent. Exit to me made so much sense at the time. It's so agent oriented. It gave me everything I needed to become to go to that next level as an agent, which I certainly did. But more importantly, I felt like I was a part of something bigger than myself, and an important part. And then there was other even bonuses that I didn't even know that at the time really how they would come to play and how they changed my life.
So with that said, Joanne, can you tell the audience, obviously you've been with Exit now since 2007, and you got a pretty good taste of what residual income is. Can you explain to the audience here what residual income has done for you and your family?
All right, well, that's a great question. So as I said, when I first saw Exit, I really wasn't focusing on the residual. I understood it. I understood residual, just like the music industry, the multi-level, and I understood residual. I understand the love of getting paid for something I didn't have to do.
Got it.
Not passive income that I wasn't working for. So I joined 2007, and like I said, people followed me like they did at RE/MAX, they did at independent companies. So I started to sponsor, which means just introducing people to Exit, and they would join. And that was great. It was no big deal. And I just kept doing my business. But in 2012 is really when I truly understood what residual meant. So let me just back up forward a little bit. Right now, we're speaking in the middle of a pandemic. right? This is happening here on Long Island. We're in the epicenter of the pandemic in the United States, in New York, where we're directly affected. All of us are, and it's. But I'm going to tell you, I did not have too much fear when it came to my business. Now I'm a broker now. I was an agent then, but I'm a broker now. And when we had to shut our doors because of this, when we had to stay at home, I was not in as much fear as any other person was because of the residual, because I already had proof that I knew that we were going to get to the other side. So what happened to me in 2012 was here on Long Island, we had Superstorm Sandy. And I had my house went 3 feet underwater, but my business went 5 feet underwater. Because every house I had on the market back then every house I had on the market couldn't sell, and every house I had in contract couldn't close. So immediately my business went from here to zero. And there was no business coming in because everything was destroyed. It was gone. So I had to rebuild my business outside a flood zone. So in that time, for months there wasn't getting paid. The one thing that was happening was I was getting residual for people who I introduced to Exit who did not live in a flood zone or had business outside a flood zone. And even just one check, one of those checks happened to be that one of the people I introduced did an $80,000 commission, which gave me $8,000.
10%, 8,000. Wow, that's a big one. My gosh.
Residual. So it was enabled me to actually keep my going in business. Where most people, and even we're going to see here on New York and Long Island after this pandemic is over, how many people jump ship and out of real estate because they couldn't sustain going through this months and weeks without business, because it's definitely going to affect them. Because they, of course it's going to affect them. But we, as agents within or associates within Exit, have the opportunity to share this wonderful concept, this wonderful company, this tool that enables people to have their dreams come true, and then have this benefit and security of residual. It was a no-brainer. So right now, I'm able to really feel comfortable with my agents, and I'm excited every time one of the agents in my office gets another check as a residual. As I was saying, one of my agents, I just got a $900 check yesterday from another agent that did a business. So even in this times when we're not sure how long it's going to be before we can get up and running full tilt, we still have security that Exit thought about way long, 22 years ago. And Steve Morris said, why shouldn't agents feel secure? Why shouldn't they have a future?
I agree with you, totally.
And when he said that in 2007, I got it. I got it.
Well, that's very good here, Joanne. Now, Joanne, obviously, as you mentioned just a few minutes before, yes, this is, whenever there's a financial crisis or any type of crisis that affects, people in general, but in our business, mainly agents, right? And obviously brokers as well. Many of them tend to leave the industry because they say, well, I tried it, I'm not making money, I'm leaving. So now with that said though, right, what would you tell an agent or even a broker perhaps that perhaps, is experiencing a financial dilemma, crisis? What would you tell them? Why do you think they should really look at Exit?
Well, you know what, this is kind of something I've been speaking about since this all happened. We kind of went on pause in early March, right? Our lives went on pause. And in that pause, it became an opportunity in certain ways. Thank God we're healthy and we're safe and everybody's okay, and very sorry for everybody who's not. But in this pause, we had a choice. We had the opportunity to actually, either say, is real estate the tool that I'm going to use to achieve my goals and my dreams? Is it the thing that's a passion that gives me the ability to do what I want to do with my life and help people? And for me, that is absolutely true. If it was $1 million, if I had $1 million, I'd still do real estate, and I'd do it with Exit, right? So in this moment, if you're considering going, is real estate really for me? And it is for you, right? You should take this pause and really investigate this. Investigate a company that cares more about their agents than any other company out there. That gives it, what I saw what happened with Exit Corporate and Exit Downstate and in our office is when things shut down, our company and everything pushed forward. We got closer, we got more connected, we got more training, we got more help, more support. And it's, even more about how you're doing inside and dealing with emotionally with what's going on in the world. See, with Exit, it's not only just about, something that happens outside the world. It's like, you know, if I got sick or something happened to me, my family would still get money. They would still get that residual. So if I couldn't do my business, but sometimes when these things that happen out in this world where the world doesn't allow us to do business, there's no other business out there or company out there that is still giving their agents are still making money without being able to do the work that they did. So this is really a no-brainer. If you love real estate and you really want to be with a company that you can feel really that you can be honored by, you can be respected for, and that is owned, just privately owned and debt-free, and is so focused on being people successful throughout North America, you really owe it to your family to check out Exit right now during this pause.
Yeah, no, you know, just like you did back in 2007, obviously you were very successful. The moment that you looked at Exit, it did make sense. I mean, and anyone that takes a closer look, obviously, it's going to make sense for them. So I just want to thank you, Joanne, for sharing your story. You know, I know for sure that someone watching watching this video, this interview, they're going to connect. They're going to connect because they came to real estate. They came to real estate to make money. And many of them are not able to make that money. And obviously, if they were to look at Exit a lot closer, absolutely, they'll make.
Yeah, and you know, for me, to just end with this, it's always more than money. As I said, I got into real estate for family. You know, truly, that's why I got into real estate. It was a place that I could make money. I found a tool that can actually achieve my dreams. And then I found a company that could take me to that next level and actually, you know, create my family. And I'm so proud to be the broker owner of Exit Family Realty. And I'm very proud to be a part of this company and certainly a part of your downstate region. Lecter, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, my pleasure, my dear. Thank you. For those of you watching, yes, obviously you owe it to yourself and your family. This is the time that you need to take a closer look. So here's what you do. Go ahead and pull out your cell phone and text 85377, the word exit, I'm sorry, the word 4MM. 4MM, the number 4MM to 85377, and take a closer look. Look at the 4-minute video and it will explain to you how you can also have the benefits. Joanne, thank you, my dear. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you very soon, okay? Stay safe.
Absolutely. Can't wait to hug you again.
Thank you, my dear. Have a good one, okay? See ya.